Let's take a look at 10 StreamYard features in 10 minutes. It's a challenge for me because I'm a talker, but I think we can do it. Honestly, StreamYard has been rolling out some really crazy, amazing, but some of the features are a little confusing. How do we use them? Slide controls, custom layouts for vertical, bulk delete, download chat, music control, reorganize assets, overlay position. And there's just so many ways that these things could be used, or maybe are they gimmicks? I don't know. Let's find out in this quick video as we take a look at 10 StreamYard features in hopefully 10 minutes. Let's dive in. All right, my name is Kirk Nugent, content coach, brand strategist, and today we're looking at StreamYard's latest 10 features. The first one that I think you should know about is called slide share controls, right? Slide share controls. Actually, I'll take that back. We're going to start in the reverse order. Let's start in the order that they were actually released. We're going to take a look at live polls. This one is surveying your audience with live polls. I mean, so essentially, right within the browser, right within StreamYard Studio, you can go to your widgets icon and you have this option for polls. You can put in your question, you can put in the options. This actually goes right into the chat. These things are actually reusable. People can respond to them in the chat right there inside wherever they're watching, whether they're watching on YouTube, whatever, and it actually even shows the results right on screen. It shows the results right on screen. What would this be for? This would be for anybody looking to really engage their audience from the perspective of having a two-way conversation. I always talk about this in terms of being cognizant that you're not just speaking into the ether. You want to make sure that your audience is able to respond. And this is one of the ways that you're able to unmute the audience, as Stream Alive likes to call it, and make sure that they are able to respond. Another one that they have is customizable QR codes. They had QR codes, but then they re-released the feature where you're now able to customize the QR codes. QR codes are great, especially for live streaming, especially for my moderators. You want to be able to put a QR code up there. In fact, I'm going to put a QR code up there a little later in this video for you to be able to join the community. But there's just so many different ways you want to be able to utilize, or you can think about using QR codes. So QR codes is definitely one to look into, to use. You just go to widgets again, go to new QR code, add a title and link. You can actually put your logo in there, and then you can create it. You can save them, and you can use them in multiple different shows. So that is definitely one I think is worth mentioning. Something that you may have already used in other ways. Like I generate QR codes from Canva and bring them into my live streams. So maybe you have already used that, but bring that back into your own ecosystem right here inside of StreamYard if that's what you're using. And you can actually do that one as well. This next one is huge. I mean, being able to adjust your overlay positions. Overlay positions is a huge one. I know that they had a couple other features as well, but you can now adjust your overlay positions. This is a huge one because you used to have to go and do a lot of gymnastics to make this work. You can go in here, you can upload a graphic or overlay, and you can resize it any way that you want, right? So here you're seeing, you go right into your media and assets tab, right? There we go, boom. Then there's a subscribe button. We show that and it takes up the entire screen. You don't want that. You just click the three dots and hit on transform. Then you can actually pull that in. But not only can you pull it in, you can move it anywhere you want on the screen. Now think about this for a second, because if you've designed overlays, if you designed lower thirds, if you designed different things that you want on screen, that could be good. Now, I do think that this feature is a little misleading and a little confusing because of the way assets are done inside StreamYard. You are going to have to you may have to actually use multiple assets at the same time. So you kind of need to think about what do you want in a scene and make sure that all those assets are already there, transparent. So I don't know how much I recommend this one. I do think that you kind of need to be mindful, cognizant, thinking through and intentional about what your show is going to look like, feel like, where do you want those on-screen assets in order to make this one work. I do think the added functionality is good, but it is a challenge to ensure that it's going to work the way you want it to work. All right, the next one is pop-out chat. I want to be honest with you, y'all. Again, I talked about moderators earlier with the QR code thing, but being able to actually pop out the chat and send that link to someone else so that they can help you to not just moderate, but to put up comments on screen. What are we talking about right now? Like, that's a game changer, y'all. Like, absolutely amazing. When streaming, you can click on comments to open the chat. Click on the pop out chat icon in the bottom corner. You can see that on screen right here. Right there, you can click on that pop out chat into a new window, or you can scan the QR code with your phone and actually have somebody utilize that to manage the chat on their mobile device. And they're going to actually show that here in the graphic or in the demonstration in just a second. You can see what the pop-out chat looks like. It's in a different window. So even if you want to just have chat on a different screen while you're doing your own self-produced stream, that's going to be pretty dope. But in addition to that, you can scan that QR code and pull that chat onto another device altogether, which is pretty cool. Another one that I want to share here is reorganizing assets. Reorganizing assets. Now, this is kind of I know a lot of people need a little definition. What do you mean by assets? Assets are the items like cameras or pictures or slideshows that you have inside your studio, and being able to organize that can be absolutely critical in terms of how your show is moving. And so this is what it looks like. You have those assets, whether it's a guest, whether it's a slideshow, whether it's a video, whether it's an actual graphic that you shared, you can slide those around now. We did not have this ability before. And so that one is a great one. I'm glad that they finally gave that to us. Another thing that they have added in here, and I'm going as quick as I can because I'm trying to get under this 10-minute mark, is the ability to control your background music, a little more granular control for your background music. So you can actually go in, you can adjust the volume for background music. You can actually see the length and duration. You can actually pick a particular point in the background music where you can jump to. You can actually see how much time is left in a particular track. I think this one could be absolutely useful depending on how you're using it, depending on how much time you have to really engage. But I always think about these things from both sides, for the person that's managing, but also the person that is engaging with the online audience. You may not have time to really look at all these things while continuing to deliver value. So this is a producer's dream. Like, as I produce shows for clients, it's a producer's dream to be able to have that granular control. But if you're actually a self-produced streamer, it might be a little difficult to really go in there and start tweaking with some of this stuff, even while a stream is happening. So, but music control is a good one. Another one that I thought was really dope is the ability to download the chat. I mean, so now, with the advent of AI and being able to go in and interrogate your chat, like having the ability to go in here after the stream is done and export the chat, as you can see on screen right here now, and get a text document that I can take, I can save, I can look at it for maybe future videos that I want to create because somebody asked a question. It's like, boom, that's an idea for another video. That's great. But then taking that chat and being able to give it to AI and saying, give me some feedback. What are some things that I missed? Especially if the chat's very long, you don't want to have to sit and read the whole thing. Having that as a text file is absolutely amazing. Another feature that I thought was really good, and it's one that I personally, it was a pet peeve of mine for years, is that you always had to upload and delete assets individually. That thing killed me. And so being able to bulk delete is definitely one that I think is a great one for all of us to be able to sink our teeth into. And I'm already at that 10-minute mark. I didn't think I was going to make it, but I was going to try and get close. I've got 2 more to go. Hopefully you're still rocking with me. The next one is a huge one. That's why I'm just kind of laughing, because I'm like, how in the world I'm going to talk about this when I'm already over time? But it is vertical custom layouts. When StreamYard came up with, when StreamYard came up with the dual mode, right? What they call it MARS, multi-aspect ratio streaming. When they came out with that, my only ding for them was like, you really can't control the look and feel for both the vertical side as in the same way that you can control it for the horizontal side. Well, that is no longer an issue. Maybe they watched my video. I don't know. Tag StreamYard in the comments, and say thank you for this particular feature. This is huge. Customize portrait and landscape layouts separately. You can see what they're doing on the screen right now. I don't really have to say a whole lot more on it, but I know that this is one that's going to probably spark some more conversation, maybe some comments below. If you want to see a specific video on that one, definitely comment. I am actually going to be doing a poll inside my community where we'll be talking about which one of these features you would want to see an actual video on. And if you are interested in joining, it is a free community. KirkHondrugen.live/school is where you can go to join that. I'd love to hear from you as well. I'll be putting that poll in there later this week. So definitely want to make sure that we get a chance to hear from you on that. Our final one is the ability to share slide controls. I thought this, again, is one of those where it's like, what are you doing, StreamYard? Like, are you reading my mind? What's going on here? But the ability to allow a guest inside the studio to share, to not only be there with you, but to actually be able to control your is absolutely crazy, right? I mean, it's to be able to give it. So if you're in the studio, you're presenting, you can actually allow your guest to help you control the slides. Maybe your guest is a co-host, maybe your guest is a producer like me, or as the host, you can get your guest slides. Maybe you're interviewing somebody, they're going to make a presentation, they give you the slides, you can pull those in, and then you can be able to talk about them and move through them while they're presenting, or they can control it even though you have actually shared the slides. So this is a cool one as well. Again, just one of those things where it's it's the way that you would have run your show. If this is not the way that you run your show, then throw it out. No big deal. There's no need to utilize it, but I just thought this was a new feature that they are sharing. Again, I want to make sure that you guys know that you have the opportunity to influence what those next few videos look like. I just did this one as a catch-all, but I'm hoping to be able to do one that is going to really focus on one specific update. I think I know which one you guys want me to focus on, but I'm going to put that poll in the community later this week, and I would love to hear from you as well. So definitely think through whether or not you want to join, hit that link and come through. But I'll tell you what, the features are only as good as your ability to maintain consistency. Features are only as good as your ability to maintain consistency. And that's one of the things that we help people to do in the No Video Editing Challenge. And the QR code is on the screen right now. We'd love to be able to walk you through that process, talk through what that would look like to work together. Maybe there's some goals, something that you want to do with content that you've not been able to do. And I would definitely want to be able to share that with you and engage with you in this challenge. But man, I tell you what, if you are continuing through some different things with StreamYard and you're looking for some functions and features, other ways that you can utilize the platform that would enable you to really reach your audience and have impactful content, I would love to be able to share some videos with you right here that you can go into right now. Grace and peace, family. We'll see you in the next one, and I hope that you have a phenomenal week.